Let's make the coating now. For that, take a deep bowl like this. Here I am using 2.5 level teaspoons of salt for the amount of cauliflower I am using. Now goes the measured amount of corn flour first. Now goes the measured amount of maida flour or all-purpose flour. Now goes the rice flour. If you want to make your 65 crispier, rice flour is a must. Now goes the powdered spices like turmeric powder, red chili powder, black pepper powder, homemade garam masala powder. Now goes the store-bought red chili sauce, homemade ginger and garlic paste, red food color for the restaurant kind of effect. Mix everything together nicely. In order to make the 65 crispier, here goes some sunflower oil, about 1 to 2 tablespoons. Mix well nicely. By adding water little at a time, continue mixing. Some people add finely chopped cilantro and finely chopped curry leaves at this stage, but I am not adding them. Now when you get the consistency of the batter, which is neither too thick nor too thin, in goes the cauliflower florets and coat the florets nicely with the batter. Instead of adding all at once, add florets little by little so that you would know in advance whether the florets are running out of batter. Look at the size of cauliflower florets. They are not too big because medium sized cauliflower florets tend to get crispier after deep frying. Don't make the batter too thick because thicker batter tends to leave the cauliflower quickly while deep frying. And also with the thicker batter, once the 65 is rested, they tend to peel off from the cauliflower florets. Before deep frying, preheat the oil for at least 5 minutes on highest possible flame. To check whether the oil is hot enough for deep frying, drop in a single cauliflower floret. When it is sizzling like this, that means the oil is fit enough for deep frying. Now drop in the remaining cauliflower florets. Now I will sound like a broken record and tell you not to overcrowd the pan with too many cauliflower florets, because once you do so, the temperature of the oil would drop down drastically and the coating would leave the florets easily. Keep stirring the cauliflowers once or twice in between so that there is uniform frying. Note the temperature of the oil should be as high as possible because our aim is to make the 65 crispier, and also cauliflower doesn't take longer time to cook. At this stage, when you get the texture like this, you can take out the florets. Now fry the remaining coated cauliflower florets in the same oil. Don't turn off the video yet. Your aim is to make crispy Gobi 65, right? Once all the flourish are fried, deep fry again in hot oil, as hot as possible. This step would make your cauliflower super crispy like the one you get in bar and restaurants. The previous rule also applies here. Never overcrowd the pan with too many cauliflower florets. Now when you get the texture of the cauliflower like this, which is dark brown in color, you can take them out and place it on an absorbent paper or on a colander. Are we done yet? Of course not. 65 is incomplete with fried curry leaves and fried green chilies. Now put the flame on low or on sim and in goes curry leaves into the hot oil. Now goes slit green chilies too. Now fry on highest possible flame until they turn super crispy. Now when you get the texture like this, take them out and serve it with the fried cauliflower florets. In the first step, let's soak urad dal for at least couple of hours. Soaking makes grinding easier. Similarly, soak fenugreek seeds separately. Don't soak rice rawa, but just wash it once. Now let's blend after soaking for a couple of hours. Further, take a blender jar like this and transfer the soaked urad dal after draining its water out. Now go soaked fenugreek seeds. Now by pouring in just enough water for grinding, blend it into a smooth batter like this. To make idli batter, take ragi flour in a bowl like this. Sprinkle some salt. Add a rice rawa that was washed previously. Now pour in the ground batter of urad dal and fenugreek seeds. Now pour in rinsed water from the same jar batter was ground in. Don't pour in too much because you don't want your batter to be too thin. Mix well nicely. Now check out the consistency of the batter that you should aim for. With this, your idli is gonna be very soft. Now for the morning breakfast, rest the batter overnight. Next morning when you wake up and see, man, the batter is superbly fermented. After fermentation, check out the consistency of the batter. Let's make tempering now. For that, heat up a pan like this. In goes some coconut oil. Now when the oil is heated up, in goes some mustard seeds. Now when the mustard seeds splutter, here goes some chana dal. Now goes some urad dal too. Finally some curry leaves. Now when the tempering is ready, turn off the stove. Now grease the idli plate with some coconut oil. By greasing, the idli retains its shape when they are taken off of the mold once they are done. Now put little bit of the tempering into the cavities of the mold. Pour in the batter now. To steam idlis today we are using pressure cooker. Now on high flame put on the lid and steam for 10 to 15 minutes. Instead of the weights, here we are using a cup.